In the heart of the vast savanna of West Africa lay the kingdom of Akanze, a land that once overflowed with music, laughter, and peace. The people lived joyfully, dancing at festivals and celebrating together under the warm sun. But 2 years ago, a tragedy struck. One dark night, a shadow crept through the royal palace and stole the lives of King Olukoya and Queen Nkemdelim. The people loved them, for they were rulers of kindness and wisdom. Their sudden deaths left the kingdom in sorrow, but none was as heartbroken as their young son, Prince Adeola, who had seen it all from the hiding place behind the thick curtains. Adeola was just 12 when he witnessed the cloaked figure slip silently from his parents' bedchamber. He was too stoned to move, too afraid to scream. By morning, the guards found him still kneeling beside his parents' bed, tears staining his cheeks. Days turned to months, and grief hardened Adeola's heart. As he grew older, he became a different person. Anger replaced sadness, and he grew bitter, shutting himself away from everyone. When he finally became king at 18, he shocked everyone with a strange decree. Joy is forbidden in Akanze. Laughter, songs, and any show of happiness were all banned, and anyone who dared break this rule was punished. The people lived in silence and fear. Akanze became a quiet, joyless place, and its spirit seemed to wither. But one day, a brave young woman named Kamara arrived in Akanze. She had heard the tales of the king who hated happiness and wanted to see if they were true. Kamara was a free spirit who believed joy was the heart of life. She couldn't imagine a world without laughter. Determined to understand the mysterious king, she disguised herself as a palace maid. As she walked the palace halls, she saw how everyone kept their eyes down, spoke in whispers, and avoided smiles. Her heart ached for Akanze, and she felt a strong urge to help its people, especially their sorrowful king. One evening, as she was dusting in the king's quarters, Kamara gathered the courage to speak. "Why do you hate joy, my king?" she asked gently, her voice both calm and curious. Adeola turned, surprised by her boldness. His gaze was cold. "Joy is a weakness," he said sharply. "It blinds people, makes them foolish and vulnerable." Kamara took a step closer. "Or maybe joy is what gives us strength. It's what helps us face life's dangers. Your people live in fear, locked in silence. Is this the kingdom you dreamed of?" Adeola's eyes flashed with anger. "You don't understand. My parents were killed because they were distracted, because they trusted too much. Happiness makes you careless, and carelessness leads to death." Kamara's gaze softened. "I understand your pain, Adeola, but you're not just hurting your people, you're hurting yourself. This law, it's a shield, a way to hide from the world. You used to be a child who laughed, who dreamed. Where is that boy now?" The young king's face darkened, and for a moment, he was silent. "You don't know what it's like to watch everything you love be taken from you." Kamara nodded. "No, but I know that shutting people out and silencing joy won't protect you. You can't bring back the past, but you can honor it by ruling with kindness. Let me help you remember that joy can be a strength." A small part of Adeola's heart began to soften. He had tried so hard to bury his past, to be strong, by never smiling again, but now he felt something he hadn't felt in years, a glimmer of hope. Over the next few days, Kamara spoke more with Adeola, slowly peeling back the layers of his pain. Then one evening, she shared a strange memory that had surfaced in Adeola's mind, a faint scent, a rare spice that hung in the air that fateful night. It was a scent only Chief Ano, the king's most trusted advisor, used. Adiola realized that night his parents died wasn't a tragic accident. It was a betrayal. Adiola summoned Chief Ano to his chambers. The chief arrived, masking his arrogance with politeness. "You called for me, my king." Adiola fixed him with a fierce glare. "Do you remember the night my parents died, Ano?" Ano hesitated, a shadow of worry crossing his face before he forced a calm reply. "It was a tragic night indeed, Your Majesty." Adiola clenched his fists. "I remember now. The scent of your spice, the embroidery on the cloak. You were there." Ano sneered, his mask dropping. "So, you remember? Your parents were weak, ruled by love and foolishness. I would have led Akenze to greatness." Kamara, who had been hiding nearby, stepped forward. "True power doesn't lie in fear or cruelty. Real strength is in lifting people up, not breaking them down." Chief Ano laughed mockingly. "And what does a mermaid know of power?" Kamara's gaze was unshakable. "More than you think. Power built on betrayal and cruelty is no power at all." Adiola's anger fled. "You betrayed me, Ano. You thought I'd be too weak, too afraid to remember. Guards, take him to the dungeon. He will face justice." As the guards dragged Chief Ano away, his threats echoed through the palace halls. But for the first time in years, Adiola felt free. He turned to Kamara, his heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you for helping me see the truth, for helping me find the courage to face my past." In the days that followed, news of Ano's treachery spread. People began to hope again, and whispered rumors of the king's transformation began to travel. Finally, on a bright morning, Adiola stood before his people. "My people," he announced, his voice steady. "I have let grief blind me, and for that, I am sorry. Today I lift the ban on joy. Akanze shall be a place of laughter once again. We will honor my parents' memory with kindness and compassion." Cheers erupted from the crowd, filling the air with sounds that had been long forgotten. Kamara smiled, watching Adiola, her heart swelling with pride and happiness. The people of Akenze sang and danced, celebrating freedom, celebrating life. And as the sun set, Adiola turned to Kamara and took her hand. "Will you stay by my side, Kamara? Akanze needs your strength, and so do I." Kamara smiled, nodding. "Yes, Adiola. Together, we will build a kingdom of joy and light." And so, with Kamara by his side, Adiola ruled Akanze, not through fear, but through love and joy. And the kingdom flourished, laughter ringing through the streets. A kingdom reborn, united by courage, kindness, and the strength of a king who had finally found his heart. The end. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, kindly share your thoughts by commenting, support me with the super thanks, like and subscribe. See you in my next video.